Now, Coach Nagy joins us. His comments are brought to you by CMC Mitchell and Associates. As Coach now can hear us here post-game. Coach, congratulations. Phenomenal defensive effort by your group today. What did you believe was the big reason for it?
Well, it was a good defensive effort until, the last 10 minutes. Then we kind of screwed around. And I'm trying to explain to the guys, even when you feel like the game is over, every one of these points is important because of net. Like, it can change your net. How much you win by, the net is different. And if you have a tiebreaker in league, they're going to go to net. So all of this, like, we're trying to explain that to them to quit messing around. 16 turnovers again. Those are the things I'm paying attention to. I'm super happy for the guy. I mean, we start out 0-5 in league, and we're 7-7. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. So I'm happy for our guys. I'm proud of them. I just want them to lock in more. When it's good to have those problems, right? When you're up 20, and that's usually when I lose my mind, because that's when the players lose their mind, start doing crazy stuff. And so we're just trying to explain to them, you don't just let them score. Like, don't just look at a guy and let him score. Block his shot, knock him down, whatever. Just like we wouldn't again. Just normally, we can't just let them come down. They shot 52% in the second half, and we don't want that. What got us to lead was our defense, and then we just kind of messed around. So, there's the balance of that, but yet, being happy for our guys, which I am very happy. Because look how bad we were offensively to start the game. But we were so good defensively, it kept us in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, great job today on the win. Felt like that from an intensity and physicality standpoint, that was really a point of emphasis for you guys to start the game. Offensively, tell us a little bit about how you wanted to come out and approach it, and then when you got the flip to like for the light to come on, so to speak, for them, because the rhythm and the momentum really changed there about midway through the second half. Yeah,
they really their defense was a lot different this time we played, and they really packed it in, made it much more difficult because we outscored them by double in the paint the first time we played them, and so they really tightened it up. And so we were just a mess offensively, but we were great defensively, thankfully. Even at halftime, we didn't even have 1 point per possession, but they were way under. And so that's how we want to win games. Like we're hot and cold offensively. We just are. But when we get stops, it gives us a chance to run, gives us a chance, to play in the open court. We're not a great half-court team. We're not a great passing team. 16 turnovers. We just have got to clean that up, or it's gonna hurt us. It's gonna come back to bite us. That needs to get cleaned up. But then we made some shots, and that pulled them out away from the basket a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I can't see that. I wish I had my glasses. But how many points did we score in the paint?
It was points
28.
in the paint today was 20.
They beat us,
42 to 28.
Yeah, they beat us.
Yeah, Coach, also you had a great balanced scoring attack today.
Yeah, that's more what I would like. I'm used to having 5 guys average double figures like UIC is doing. Now with this team, we don't have that, but it was good to see Drew get going today. You look at the last 2 games, we've shot the heck out of the ball from 3. Hopefully that'll keep up because that'll open the lane up for us so we can get to the basket.
Another area, Coach, that I know has obviously been a big deal is one of the areas has been in terms of rebounding was going to be big, but you got a lot of rebounds from your guards.
Well, we have to. We're playing 4 guards. We better get a lot of rebounds from our guards. And we were down 1 in terms of total at half. We ended up beating them by 9, so we beat them up in the second half on the glass.
And to get to my point was Jarrett today, he really answered the bell to get a double-double for you and was outstanding on the boards.
Yep, and he's done a good job. He kind of turned his ankle yesterday. We were a little concerned about it, but he really bounced back good today. Because we're playing small, our guards have to rebound. And this is a good rebounding team. I was amazed to see that we're 3rd in the league in rebounding, with all these teams and the smalls we're playing, but our kids are fighting.
Not to really steal anything from Chris, but one of the things that he was saying throughout the game was, Luke, I wish there was really a stat that could be called the Mayo effect.
Yeah.
There's really nothing.
He does so many things you can't stat. But yet we show it on film all the time. It's like, see this? He gets no stats for it. We get 3 points out of it, or we stop them from scoring. He does all kinds of things that show up with no stats. And really, I would classify him as our most valuable player. I don't care what anybody else says.
Yeah, and with that, obviously he allows the versatility of your defense to be really good because both he and Kennard and Ali, they can all guard bigger. And they're so active, and they cover space and they cover range. Can you talk a little bit about whenever you're talking to guys and they're playing a ton of minutes, how do you try to as you continue on this run that you're on here? How do you continue to get them to play with that purposeful effort?
And just less reps in practice for those guys in particular. We are playing, 3 or 4 guys a lot of minutes, and they can do it. There's enough timeouts here, and I've done it before. I've gone to the NCAA tournament playing 7 guys, and we're playing more than that. But, with all these timeouts, it gives you a chance to play your best players that many minutes, and we're going to keep them on the floor as much as we can. They're those guys are all strong. They're all athletic. Their bodies carry them when they're tired. You get a weak guy out there and he gets tired and he's done. A guy that's physical and strong can fight through being tired.
Yeah. Even a guy today like Jorge Marino, coach, he comes in, he got, I think, a really big rebound off a missed free throw. He dove with a great effort at the floor. I know eventually led to a turnover, but even in his 7 minutes, it really seemed like he was big for you in the 7 minutes.
And I think that's where our team is getting, where everybody feels the pressure to, man, I better get on the floor. That's what we want. We want that kind of peer pressure. Like everybody else is giving up, I better do the same. And, it's who we want to be. We weren't early in the year. Our kids are really starting to see it in each other and believe it.
Extended minutes today for Davion Sykes as well for you off the bench. I know Davion's a guy that you can look at with his length. You tell him, hey, you can be a heck of a defender for this team. What did you see in his extended minutes today?
He's super versatile. He's a good rebounder. He's a really good ball handler. The extra is him knocking down a 3.
Your first
3. But he's a good cutter. He's
Yeah.
he's a great cutter. And he can guard anybody. He's 6'6". He's super athletic. He's smart. Like I told him, we should never be able to take him off the floor just because of his defense and his rebounding. It doesn't matter about offense. If you would become that guy, that would really help our basketball team.
Yeah, and I think that with him, whenever you do go small, he's your small ball 4/5 man.
Yep.
He just adds to the versatility of your team. So now, looking forward, got Bradley coming up.
Yeah.
How do you approach that? Obviously, we know the statistics on the home versus road games.
Yeah.
And you guys are on a 4-game.
Somebody told me today, I didn't know, but the in league actually the road teams have won more games than the home team, which that's incredible.
40.
Yeah,
we were doing that.
That blows me away. But they came in, they just they embarrassed us the first time we played them, and we weren't in a very good spot. We're obviously in a better spot. I think they're in a little bit of a lull. I don't know what they did today. I'm not.
They
worried
play
about
later
it.
tonight at Evansville.
Yeah. But we know how good they are, and they really shoot it. And they came in here and lit us up. But we're in a different spot. We are, and we have pretty good confidence on the road.
Coach, congratulations on the great effort today, 79-67. Now 500 in the league and a big one coming up at Bradley. Appreciate the time, Coach Nagy.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Once again, that was head coach Scott Nagy joining us here post-game.